Coming up in this week's edition of WJMH Reports, fall festivals are in full swing. WJMH reporter Clara Evans will take you to one that was fun and for a good cause.
The Strand Theater recently celebrated its 100th anniversary. See how the community celebrated.
And a JMCTE program recently completed a unique lesson. We'll show you how a hands-on approach helps students.
Stay tuned. This week's episode of WJMH Reports starts right now.
Welcome to this edition of WJMH Reports. I'm John McGlumphy.
And I'm Xavier McLemore.
Appalachian Outreach hosted its 5th annual Fall into Christmas Bazaar earlier this month. WJMH reporter Clara Evans has this week's top story from Moundsville.
The annual Fall into Christmas Bazaar is back for 2021. Vendors and organizers were excited to share their hard work this year as they have many interesting activities and prizes for visitors to enjoy. Earlier this month, Appalachian Outreach held its 5th annual Fall into Christmas Bazaar. The event was held from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Moundsville Center inside the walls of the former West Virginia Penitentiary and consisted of vendors, activities, food, drinks, and desserts. The event was held by Appalachian Outreach, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping impoverished areas through gathering donations from the public. Executive Director Rose Hart is grateful for the event because it helps Appalachian Outreach help others.
The purpose of the event is to try to raise some money to help meet our operating costs at Appalachian Outreach. Then we can help more people that suffer from poverty and disaster.
Vendors set up at events like Fall into Christmas to bring in more income for their small businesses. Events like these help showcase all of the hard work that vendors like Dan Tustin put into their products.
It gets my work out. People see it, and then they tell other people, and everybody keeps coming to see my work.
Appalachian Outreach helps others in need through donations and fundraisers. To help Appalachian Outreach help others, donations are accepted via PayPal, and other contributions are accepted through the Neighborhood Investment Program. Everyone involved enjoyed the event and hope to bring it back again next year. Reporting from the Moundsville Center at the former West Virginia Penitentiary, I'm Clara Evans for WJMH Reports.
For more information or to donate, you can visit their website at appalachianoutreaching.org or give them a call at 304-830-597. Again, that number is 304-830-5197. Or you can visit the website at appalachianoutreaching.org.
The programming department of Grandview Park is putting on their 13th annual Turkey Trot. The Turkey Trot is a family-friendly 5K race through the hills of Grandview Park at 8:30 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day. The male and female winners will receive Thanksgiving-themed prizes by staff in turkey costumes. All of the proceeds will go to the Kids of Grandview Fund. With a $20 fee, you can register directly on the website grandviewpark.com or call the main office with the number 304-845-9810. The number is 304-845-9810 or register on the website grandviewpark.com.
As Spooky Day lurks closer, people are frightened over the uncertainty of not knowing what times they can be out trick-or-treating. The following areas have their times available. On Friday, you are allowed to participate in Shadyside from 7:30 p.m. from 6 to 7:30 p.m. On Saturday, New Martinsville and St. Clairsville have it open from 6 to 7:30 p.m. On Saturday, Hancock County has trick-or-treating from 5 to 7, and Brooke County holds it from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. On the day of Halloween, Cameron will hold trick-or-treating from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Moundsville will host their trick-or-treating from 6 to 7:30, and from 6 to 7 p.m. trick-or-treating is going to occur in Martins Ferry. We at WJMH Media would like to remind you to have fun and keep others safe during this Halloween season. by keeping out of risky situations and by following your area's guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
On the last episode of WJMH Reports, we previewed the upcoming Christmas parade in Moundsville. The Marshall County Chamber of Commerce held a competition to determine what the theme of the parade will be. The winner of this competition was Glendale Elementary kindergartner Abigail Shineski with her theme of Together We Make Christmas Bright. Not only will her theme be the official parade theme, but she will also be awarded $100 and a pizza party for her class. The Marshall County Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade will be hosted on November 20th, starting at 2 p.m.
The WVU Cancer Institute has a lung cancer screening unit. Will be visiting 42 of West Virginia's rural counties to provide lung cancer screening for those in need. This unit is 48 feet and has state-of-the-art lung cancer screening equipment. They also provide screenings in a comfortable environment for women, men, transgender, and gender diverse people with private insurance such as Medicaid or Medicare. Uninsured patients who are West Virginian residents ages 50 and older who meet lung cancer screening eligibility requirements can get cancer screening on Lucas through grant funding and donations. Lucas provides screenings and then refers patients in need to facilities closest to their home. They plan to come to the Moundsville Pharmacy. They planned it for earlier this month, but it had been rescheduled. We will keep you up to date. For more information, contact Cancer Prevention and Control at 304-293-2370 or 877-287-2272. Again, you can call them at 304-293-2370 or 877-287-2272. Or you can send an email to cpc@hcs.wv.edu. Again, you can email them at cps@hsc.wvu.edu.
Earlier this month, the Strand Theater celebrated its 100th anniversary. The old theater was offering free guided tours, a free concert and dance featuring Vince Villanova Big Band and a free showing of the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Board member Justin Jones was proud to be celebrating the rich history of the Strand Theater.
For anything to celebrate 100 years is definitely a milestone. Anything that can make it that long clearly shows that there's an importance in the community, there's a value in the community for it.
If you wish to see the upcoming events for the Strand Theater, you can visit their website at www.strandtheaterwv.com. Again, that's www.strandtheaterwv.com.
Up next, learn the difference between sympathy and empathy from JM Monarch medical students.
WJMH Reports will return after this break.
Sometimes, one moment changes everything. One song, one game, one adventure, one mission. For a child battling a critical illness, a wish come true can be a turning point. You can transform lives, one wish at a time. Visit Make-A-Wish online to help grant more life-changing wishes.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm John McGlumphy.
And I'm Xavier McLemore. Earlier this month, the JMCNA program did a two-week assignment about empathy in healthcare. This assignment required students to spend an entire day in a wheelchair. Monarch Medical senior Shane Riley has learned a lot through this unique assignment.
There is a bunch of issues that you'll come across being in a wheelchair. It's not going to be perfect where you can just get to point A and a point B without any issues. There's always going to be something in your way stopping it.
In the past, this has proven to be a great way for students to understand the difference between sympathy and empathy.
Earlier this month, Youth Services System held a Stuff the Trunk event at the Highlands Walmart and the Sam's Club St. Clairsville. Sam's Club to stock their winter freeze shelter to support the homeless. Shoppers were encouraged to buy much-needed items like socks, canned food, soap, and toothbrushes. No matter how much or how little people could give, the volunteers were always grateful for the donations. YSS Communications Director Beastie Bethel McFarland was especially proud of the community's consistent support of YSS's events.
And they always respond. We usually, we do these every year throughout Wheeling, St. Clairsville, and surrounding communities, and we get a good response.
If you wish to learn more or donate to YSS, you can visit their website at youthservicesystem.org or call 1-800-977-8918. Again, that's 1-800-977-8918 to learn more.
JM English teacher Matthew Mandarino and his 9th grade English class attended a presentation about a Holocaust survivor. Before attending the presentation, Mandarino made his 9th grade English students read her book, 4 Perfect Pebbles. The presentation was about Marianne Lazan's experience in the concentration camps. Lazan was there virtually to talk about her time in the concentration camps. Mandarino believes her story is important because of what she went through.
She was in 3 concentration camps over a span of 6 years, and she's very fortunate to have survived. So she's not only a survivor, but in some ways a victim of history for what she experienced.
All of the seats at the presentation were filled, and many were given the opportunity to learn more about the Holocaust.
Project Lit is a club at John Marshall that is open for anyone who likes to read. John Marshall English teacher John Akuski is the advisor for the club and believes that it is a great way to raise test scores and promote reading in local communities.
The club is all about getting together with people who love to read good books and not just help for the enjoyment aspect, but know that every time you're reading, you're practicing reading, so you're just going to get better at it.
The club reads 1 book a month, and after the book is read, everyone meets to talk about it and share how they feel about the story. If you are interested in joining, you can email jlkuski@k12.wv.us. Or join the Project Lit Remind by texting at JM Book Club to 81010.
Coming up next, John will sit down with this week's in the studio guest, Stacy Stephen from Augusta Levy Learning Center.
Welcome back to WJMH Reports. I'm John McGlumphy. Dancing with the Ohio Valley Stars is a dancing competition between local celebrities and professional dancers put on by the Augusta Levy Learning Center for the Mirror Ball Trophy. This is the 10th holding of the competition that didn't get to happen last year because of COVID. Joining me now for an interview is Augusta Levy Learning Center Director of Development, Stacy Stephen. Before we begin, why don't you tell me a little bit about the Augusta Levy Learning Center?
Okay, Augusta Levy was founded in 2005 in a small Sunday school classroom in Bethlehem, and it was started for 2 children with autism. It was founded by Kathy Chappelle, and she just felt very strongly at the time there weren't very many services for children with autism, so she decided to start the Levy Center. And from there we've grown to almost 50 students currently. We serve children anywhere from the ages of time of diagnosis, which is usually around 17 months, to the age of 18. We just recently, a few years ago, started a program for adolescents and pre-adolescents. We really concentrate on teaching them life skills and finding hobbies for them that they like to do. And most recently, they've started volunteering in the community. They volunteer at several different nonprofits throughout the Ohio Valley, including Oglebay Zoo, Wheeling Catholic Charities, House of the Carpenter. They started their own garden. So we're just really trying to prepare them for, life skills to gain employment someday. We also serve young children, and we apply one-on-one intensive intervention to these children. And our main goal is to get the kids back into their home school district, into a typical classroom. So when they do go to a typical classroom, we send a team with them. And then they start to fade out once the child is, comfortable and doesn't need us as much. We also, work on training the staff in the classroom. And currently 84% of our graduates are in a typical classroom in their home school district. So.
That's great. What do you do as the Director of Development?
Director of Development, I do all of our fundraising. So we have the Dancing with the Ohio Valley Stars in November. We have the Color Me Awesome 5K in June, and we've just started several other different fundraisers. We have the H2H Hillraiser that we usually have in April for Autism Awareness Month. We also sell dollar puzzle pieces at a lot of different area businesses throughout the Ohio Valley for Autism Awareness Month, just to try to raise awareness of autism and how it affects these families, and how we can try to help them make the best progress that's possible. I also do all the grant rating. When we first started the center in 2005, there was no insurance coverage for what we do, which is applied behavior analysis. So all of the funding that we would obtain would come from grant writing or fundraising. So that's the biggest part of my job, is grant writing, fundraising. I also do our website and all of our social media, a lot of our marketing. I work with Lamar Advertising for our billboards, and the local news stations for commercials for our fundraisers and things like that. So,
how did the annual Dancing with the Stars come to be?
Well, it would be 11 years ago now. Kathy Chappelle, who was the founder, loved the show Dancing with the Stars, so she decided to do it here in the Ohio Valley.
How do you feel the event has grown since the first?
It has grown astronomically. So we started in a small building in Elm Grove. The first year, I think we probably had 5 or 6 couples and maybe 300 people in attendance. To this year is the 10-year anniversary. Technically, it would have been last year, but with COVID, we couldn't have the event. So we're calling it the 10-year anniversary. We have 9 couples dancing this year, and it's held at the Capitol Theater. So it's grown astronomically over the 10 years.
What is the best way anyone can help the Augusta Levy Center?
You can visit our website at augustalevy.org. There's all what kind of ways to donate on there. You can also sign up to volunteer for any of our events or at the center. So anything that you want to do, we have something for you. So you can visit augustalevy.org.
That's great. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you.
Coming up next, learn more about John Marshall's sports team that recently played the state tournament. This and more on WJMH Reports.
Sometimes one moment changes everything. One song, one game, one mission. Visit Make-A-Wish online to help grant more life-changing wishes.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm John McGlumpy.
And I'm Xavier McElmar.
Now it's time to take a look at some sports and entertainment around the Ohio Valley. The past season for the John Marshall golf team was very good, with a final record of 67-15. The team also qualified for West Virginia State Tournament. The team only had 2 seniors this season. Both of them stepped up as leaders. Underclassmen also played a big role in this season, with junior Ethan Cook scoring a hole-in-one at the state tournament. The future for the team looks bright, with having 12 male golfers and 13 female golfers returning for next season. For the first time ever, the Track or Treat event will be held at the Monarch Stadium on Halloween Day. The event will be held from 5 to 6 p.m., so you can still participate in the local trick-or-treat. This event is a safe alternative for trick-or-treat. There will be stations with different for the children to participate in. Katie Williams gave us some details about the event.
The event is the brainchild of Miss Shipman. She has been holding open track nights down at the field, and she decided it would be a good idea, since Sunday, October 31st is Halloween, to get the community involved and have a track and treat event.
This event will be fun for the whole family, so don't miss out. Scarecrow Lane has begun at Cockane Farmstead. Each year, businesses, clubs, and individuals sign up to create scarecrows and set them up at Cockane. People then vote to choose which scarecrows get first, second, and third. Site manager Kara Gordon is excited for this year's Scarecrow Lane with how COVID-19 safe this event is.
That's really what we liked about Scarecrow Lane last year, is that it's all outside. So we could do it even though people really weren't comfortable coming in. They still had a fun way to get outside, do something fun, do something fall, and it was still completely okay. So that's kind of what we liked about it.
Individuals and businesses are still putting up scarecrows that you can see in the Cockane yard. Scarecrows will be up until October 31st. For more information, please visit the Cockane website at cockanefarmstead.com. Again, that's cockanefarmstead.com.
Thanks, John. Coming up next, the sun has already started to set earlier, and soon it will be time to turn our clocks back an hour for daylight savings.
Learn exactly when this happens next on WJMH Reports.
To a child battling a critical illness, a wish can feel like a dream. But with your help, it isn't out of reach. Wishes are an important part of medical treatment. A chance for kids to see themselves stronger, braver, to see that the impossible is possible. Wishes can give kids the strength to fight, to get better, to grow up. Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Welcome back to WJMH Reports. I'm John McGlumphy.
And I'm Xavier McLemore.
Daylight saving time is right around the corner, which means everyone will be turning their clocks back 1 hour. In states such as Arizona and Hawaii, they do not turn their clocks back or ahead. So again, make sure you turn your clocks back 1 hour before you're going to bed on November 7th.
The Marshall County Chamber of Commerce has chosen Gene Saunders to lead the Marshall County Christmas Parade. Saunders is an important member of Marshall County, having been a part of the Moundsville city government, the Salvation Army, and he also helped the youth learn Taekwondo and flag football, as well as umpiring baseball for 40 years. WJMH Media will be streaming the parade on YouTube on November 20th at 2 p.m.
We've had some beautiful fall weather lately, and the WJMH digital photography students have had a chance to take advantage of that by going outside to take pictures. They provided us with pictures this week. Let's take a look. Thanks again to the WJMH digital photography students for providing us with this week's pictures.
Fall is definitely in full swing as you can see those pictures, and we are all excited for the fun events happening around the Ohio Valley this season.
Don't forget to stay tuned to WJMH Media's Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages all year long to stay up to date with what's happening, as well to view our live and pre-recorded broadcasts.
That's right, John. Coming up in the next month, WJMH is excited to bring you more live football broadcasts on our YouTube page, as well as a live production of the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. We will also be at Dancing with the Ohio Valley Stars on Saturday, November 6th.
We hope you'll all join us for those broadcasts, but for now, thanks for watching this week's episode of WJMH Reports.
We'd also like to thank WLUTV, TopperStation.com, and Xfinity for airing WJMH Reports.
Stay tuned right here for more WJMH Media productions. For Xavier McLemore and everyone here at WJMH Media, I'm John McGlumphy. Thanks for watching and have a great day.